So this is, okay, it's 12/22, Wednesday, the Jan 14th. So this is the Advisory Committee on Sustainability, Town of Darien. I'm calling committee to order so we can proceed with our agenda. Okay, the first agenda item we have is public comment. 2 minutes. Anybody wants to make a comment? Don't see anyone other than Caroline. Caroline's not making a comment. We are good. So the second agenda item is approval of previous meeting minutes.
Yeah.
So, Anand?
Suman, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I actually wanted to bring up the town website, and I wanted to show you guys like where the meeting minutes are, because they don't look right to me. If I can just share my screen, how do I do that?
It looks like you're sharing.
Can you see my screen, Suman?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe you're not
Please.
sharing yet.
It looks like now.
Hold on.
Yes,
It's on the
I see
screen,
it
but-
now.
All right, cool. Okay, so I've got a million windows up right now, so give me a second. Okay, so this is the town. So there's a couple things on here so we have the advisory committee on sustainability, right? Mohan, and I
Yep.
don't know if we're gonna go over this today or not, but I just thought I'd mention it. First of all, whoever our, hey Cliff.
Sorry to be late.
So whoever our new secretary is, if we get a new secretary, or if it remains me, they probably want to correct the dates here, like 2025 to 25. Right? Are you seeing this? Yeah. Guys.
Let me see this. I'm just zoom out.
And then, so there's a couple things to note on here that are incorrect. The dates, the people, I think we're going to add Joe. Right, Mohan, maybe, perhaps?
No, Joe is not going to be added because it's a step. The committee is now restricted to 5 members. Now that unless somebody's.
Can we talk to someone about that? Because I think Joe would be a great addition to the committee, and I think we need more
Yeah, we
people.
can take that offline on that.
We're not short a member? I thought we were short a member.
Well,
We
I
used to be, we referred Joe to become the member of the committee. And then Linda came back and said at the year end, the selectmen's committee voted to restrict our committee to 5 members. Versus 7 we had because I think the friend had not filling for years. So they're like, okay, 5 is good. I think that's where they landed. We did that. Yeah. So I was.
I don't agree with that. I think it would be helpful to have more members with some of the projects that we're working on.
Agreed.
So
We can have them.
yeah, that'd be great. So with that in mind, if we're gonna be able to add people, but then the dates are wrong, they need to update that. And then they need to, we can add the 2025
Yeah, I think it's not-
silver certification here. So there's a bunch of things to kind of work on and clean up here. But that's actually not the whole point. On our page here, so this is where the agendas and the minutes are kept on the town website. So if you look under Advisory Committee on Sustainability, these are not accurate. It says Beautification Commission here, and it says this is not the right one here. I opened it. And then the minutes that I sent them aren't on here. So I'll resend them the minutes.
Okay. Well, we can ask.
They
them
have
that,
them.
Roy. Yeah, they have them.
They
That's
have
not
them.
just.
They should.
Post them. Just need
No, this is 2026, the board 2025. If you look at the top there, advisory committee, there 2026, 2025, 2024. Right above, right there. Yeah, I think you should see them on the 2020. Yep. You see them?
Yeah, I think 2026 just needs to be touched up.
2026, we are not, this is the first one, right? There are no meeting minutes yet.
Yeah, but why do these are not right though. Like this is beautification, this is.
Yeah, the
one's not
agenda,
right.
that is incorrect. Yes, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that, and then, so with that in mind, I just wanted to point that out. And then the minutes from last time, which is the December meeting.
Yeah.
I think were approved. So.
Yep.
So motion to approve those as final.
Okay, second.
Good.
Uh,
Okay, that's it.
So I must have modified that because there my name is spelled correctly, but on what you were just showing when I walked in, it's still not correct.
on what I was just showing.
Yeah.
This?
Yep, 1O
Okay.
should be
So there's,
2.
yeah, there's a
and
bunch of.
a capital V for the van should be lowercase.
I mean, I don't know who
Yeah.
does this page,
Right.
but it
Let me
needs
take a look.
work.
I will send a note to Linda. That's
Okay.
fine. That's we can fix. The admins can fix it.
Okay, I mean, at the same time, maybe it's helpful to mention the
Yeah.
7.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it on.
That's a
that
John
topic.
question. Let me ask him what he feels. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Right. That's good. So the second agenda item, I have a third one. Really, is the 2026 schedule. When I put this up, I did not realize November 11th is a Veterans Day. So that day the town hall is closed. So we need to change the date to 10th or the 12th, Tuesday or the Thursday. So I just wanted to know what would be the preference for people. What would work?
Tuesday, Thursday.
that's November.
November, yeah. We have it as 11th, but yeah, we need to be 10th.
Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, as of now, I don't know.
If there is no preference, I would put it back to Tuesday.
Probably Thursday might be better.
Thursday is better. Suman, Thursday works for you in November?
Works for me, sure. So far in advance, there's like, sure, go for it.
Okay, that's a change. So I'm going to ask to vote to confirm that change so that we can, I can resubmit it to the town. Can I propose to vote the new schedule with the 12th November as the new date?
Motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
okay, I'm good. Excellent. Wonderful. So the next item is around the recertification process review. This is something where we said we're going to look into, go section by section and review them. But that's the topic. I don't know if you already.
I do. I'm ready to present. I don't know if you have
That's
a
good.
call right.
No, that's okay. So I'm going to say, if I need to go step out for a bit, I need to take a call, if we can hold the committee together. That's
Okay.
nice shape. So here's the agenda printed. We're through this, so we are in this agenda item right now.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is to briefly look at the actions and what we have learned that can carry forward. And we'd love to hear.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna present again.
Which action items are we doing?
I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna present my screen.
Lauren, I think I lost your audio.
Okay. I want to bring up is the. Okay, so this spreadsheet is on the share drive again, and I linked it in our meeting minutes again. So just to reiterate, Carolyn went over on the last one, some of the, I think, equity toolkits.
Yeah,
things like
1.1.
that, 1 point, yeah. So so what I want to review today is the business topic, the thriving local economies topic, as well as the well stewarded land and natural resources topic. So those were the 2 topics. And so what I chose to do here, there's a lot of different topics. And so, you know, if we really want to dig deep, we're not going to be able to cover it in the time that we have allotted today. But I just summarized kind of the things that we needed, you know, general things like we didn't have brownfield, right? So we didn't get points for that. Business inventory, we did get points for that. Some events that the Chamber of Commerce did, we got some points for that. Some of their campaigns like Buy Local. There's some worksheets that Sustainable CT provides that we provided to them, the Chamber of Commerce. Kesty was the contact over there for information, and they helped us to fill those out. And then, when John and the Board of Selectmen went to present at chamber meetings and things like that, that helped us to get points. We provide help for small businesses, and work with them through the town, so that's helpful. Promoting energy efficient and commercial buildings. I think Carolyn, you kind of had a hand in that as well.
Yeah, it's C-PACE, right?
Yeah. And then one opportunity that we missed here was one that we had pursued in the past, that's as the sustainable purchasing policy, which we did not get points for, but could be a possibility in the future. So what I did was I summarized on this worksheet all of the different categories, and then also Carolyn, from you provided to us, and I put it on the share drive, the spreadsheet from Sustainable CT that shows where we got points and where we didn't get points, and it summarizes each action. And that was actually really helpful to go through. So what I did was I just took a screenshot of those topics. So the ones that we did get points for in this category, that were, I think, big ones were that they commented on, Sustainable CT commented on, was an inventory of local businesses, a buy local campaign. Let's see, we missed some points, I think, that we could have gotten. I think this was for a few more points, but we didn't get with the worksheet. So they seem to have given us some points, but not others in those two categories. They give.
May I just interrupt for a moment? I didn't think that this was about trying to figure out points and preparing for a possible new application or something. I thought this was about lessons learned. One of the things the only thing I've heard so far is we don't have a sustainable purchasing policy, and we probably should try to do something about that. I haven't heard anything else about what we've learned that is important for us in terms of becoming a more sustainable community.
I mean, I think if you want to summarize it, it's helpful to get in contact and maintain contact with the Chamber of Commerce and get them involved. That's a lesson that I learned, to have that good relationship with them. I think, helping them to keep their documents organized and their website on point has been helpful, and to continue to maintain that. So I think there's a kind of a bunch of things like, encouraging the town to do things with them and going to the buy local events, and for us kind of getting involved and supporting those efforts. That's kind of what I learned. So then for the next one, we have the land and natural resources topic. And I did the same thing for that. So they gave feedback on that. It was really helpful for us to host the watershed education programs. I think it's a good lesson learned for us to continue to support those efforts at the library, to do some of the, the projects that we've gotten involved with the sound, and the Bill, what was this?
Cavers.
Bill Cavers. Super helpful to maintain a good relationship with him, and he was actually able to summarize and write up some of this stuff for us,
Right.
which was really, really helpful and a good lesson learned.
They're doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Great job. And I think anybody's doing a great job, or even if they're not doing a great job, but they're doing a job that's important, we want to be supportive.
Yeah, definitely.
So one of the lessons learned was that the ongoing water quality monitoring program, apparently we got points for that in another category. So they weren't going to give us double points. I think what I did here was I kind of uploaded the same document because it's kind of fit into that one and that one. So I guess you can't do that. But we did end up getting, a good amount of points in this category anyway. So expanding with Great Island, and some of the projects that we did around that got us some points. I think they're pretty excited about that at Sustainable CT. And then I think one thing I realized, I'm not sure if we got this one. One thing I realized on this was that there was a new program related to emergencies that was noted in the town newsletter.
Oh, yes.
That we ended up getting points for, which I just happened upon. And I
So
submitted
that's not something we can do anything about. It's been done, right? So
I think if we,
that's just about getting points.
if they continue to improve things like that, if we keep an eye on that kind of stuff, we might be
We're
able
not
to.
going to lead the way on something like that.
I don't know if you need to lead
See,
the way. I think
that's-
you need to
that's-
communicate it to the.
That's been my
community.
big objection about this whole exercise, is that we're spending a lot of time documenting what other people are doing rather than getting anything done.
Yeah.
And that falls into that category. They're doing it. If they're going to upgrade their system, they're going to upgrade their system. All we've done is, with their help and coordinating with them, we've documented it to get points. Okay, that was what we agreed we were going to do. That was the decision of the committee. We did it. We got silver. Okay. Now we're, moving forward. What can we do that's going to be productive that we've learned from this exercise?
Well, I think the idea is that the first step is to know what you have. I mean, I didn't even know we had this, to be honest.
Yeah.
So if we as the committee that understands, everything that's going on, at least on a general basis, if we already know this and there's something that's better out there or something that other towns are doing, we can benchmark and we can understand, how to build on that if we have the right, tools.
I would think that for a system like that, they would be the ones to do the benchmarking, and they would be the ones to decide to move to a different system. That wouldn't fall within the purview of our advisory committee.
Yeah, but if it's something that falls under sustainability, perhaps, we could help. I
Where
don't
did
know.
that actually fit in, Lauren, on the application?
I don't remember
change.
exactly.
It wasn't under well-stored land and natural resources.
I have to look it up and get back to you.
But I mean, I think, to Cliff's point, I think, one of the things that's important to do going forward is, we actually got a lot of points, because there's a look back period, actions going back to January 1st, 2021, I believe it was. So anything that had been accomplished in that time period, we got credit for. And so on the next application, and I think it is important to think about the next application, because I feel like doing these applications it's such a huge monumental effort that we finish it and then it's like, phew, we're done, like we don't really need, but to Cliff's point, I think that we kind of need to look back and see where didn't we get points and what can we do going forward to increase that number. But then we also have to remember that some of the things that we got points for, we will not get points for in the future unless we quote unquote renew them, revamp them, because they were in the look back period that will not be in the next look back period. So, a perfect example of that is like under strategic materials management, where we got points for promoting waste reduction and reuse. Like there were presentations that were like that Kathy gave at the library and to the RTM that were in the current look back period, but we won't, unless we do it again, we won't get points for it the next time. And I think that these are the kinds of things that, are important, because it's not like doing it once and people know about it and it's in their heads forever. People aren't always paying attention and we get new residents. And I think, these things are important to do again going forward. So, it's not just a question of what we can do that's new. It's also a question of what do we have to redo in order to, fulfill the requirements for the application.
So you're again talking about like if we're
Documenting,
going to apply again. So it's no secret. I was opposed to doing this. I felt we devoted so much time and effort to doing this that could have been used to create something, to do something positive. I was outvoted. Fine. We did it. We got the silver. I'm delighted. I'm hoping that we can look at this and say, what did we learn that can be translated into action and moving forward. Now, losing points for something we've done in the past that we continue to do. Okay, we've lost points. If the thing is we need to do it again because the town should be doing it again.
Yes, that's
the lesson.
it. That is it. That is it. That is exactly it.
And
For the
will it,
reason I just
will
said.
it, will it be happening, or is this something we need to help make happen?
Yeah, I think it's something that we need to help make happen in many cases.
Well, that,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So, so that closes out our topic on sustainable CT unless anyone has anything else to add.
So I would just ask, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just had a quick question. I know the next item for discussion at next month's meeting, Lauren, I know you had flagged, was it Amanda and Carolyn? So I just wanted to ask if someone is reaching out to her and inviting her to join in and report, because otherwise she's going to have to prepare a little bit and show up. And then I know I'm on the list or on the agenda for March. And I was going to reach out to you, Carolyn, just a heads up before that meeting, because I think a couple of those items you and Christine had also provided some information on. And I think as we go through this, it's important to log, like you mentioned, Lauren, the folks involved from either the town, Chamber of Commerce, wherever it is, our sources for this information. So we kind of have that for the
Right.
future.
I don't know. So I haven't reached out to Amanda. Perhaps to do that as the head of the
Are you talking about Abigail?
Amanda?
Are
Amanda.
we talking leaf blowers?
Nope.
No,
talking
no.
about CT.
No.
Oh,
topics.
okay.
If you look up on the board,
Well, she said next agenda item, I thought. I misunderstood, sorry.
the topic is vibrant and creative cultural ecosystems. So I think some of the art, tourism, cultural stuff in town. So perhaps Mohan wants to reach out to her. I don't know.
So can we just quickly recap in terms of sustainable CT, which action, we've done items, action items 1 and 2 at this point,
Free.
And 3.
and 3. And so next time we will be aiming to do 4 and 5.
Or Mohan said they don't have to be in order, so,
Yeah.
you know, like
No.
you could always leave
It's-
the one that
right.
involves Amanda
Yeah.
to the last, you know, to
Yeah.
a time that's convenient for
Yeah.
her.
But we do need to know what we'll be doing so
Yeah.
that we.
I would suggest that we do strategic materials management because that is the single category that netted the greatest number of points. We got 85 points for that
Which number
category.
is that?
That's 9.
9. So
Yeah.
you want to do 9 and
What would be another good one to do next time?
should we do 4 and 9? I mean,
Um,
I don't know.
I
We
think,
can-
let me just
Just
look
makes
at
it easier to
4.
keep track.
Right, yeah. What's 4? I think 4 is one of the ones that Amanda did.
Correct. That's the one that you had for February to begin with.
Right, so yeah, so Mohan should probably reach out to her to see if she could discuss that one.
So it's, in a way, it's TBD. If Amanda's available, we'll do 4 and 9. Is that it? Did I capture that right?
What's Amanda's second?
I think she mainly did, well, she, you know, of course, she did one of the 1.1 action items, but we already discussed that one, unless she wanted to add to it. She did mainly 4.
That's
Four?
row 6, Lauren, vibrant and creative
Got it.
cultural ecosystems.
Okay, so that's that one for her.
Did she also do inventory and assess historic resources? I mean, we can
So
figure this
if
out.
she's available, we'll do 4 and 9. If she's not available, we'll do 5 and 9.
Sure.
4 and 9. Okay, so 9 is strategic materials management. That's what you want to
Yeah.
cover, Karen?
Yeah, I mean,
Amanda?
Okay.
just because,
That's
With
good.
Amanda?
no, I mean,
She's not part of that,
she's
or is
not-
she?
yeah, I just did that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do that one.
Okay. And then the second part of this is we were talking about, and I'm not quite sure what's happened, meeting every couple of weeks so we could get through all of this before the end of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we still want to do that? I know the holiday season was a big
Yeah.
detractor. But do we still want to have, maybe we have to wait for Mohan to come. He's coming back, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'll leave that as another open question, second meeting.
Okay. I'll just highlight the open questions.
So we good on sustainable CT for the day? Gas-powered leaf blowers, Abigail's not here.
I can cover something if you all are inclined. I made a document up unless you
Go for
have
it.
something else.
Go for it. So is this the one
Okay.
that she's prepared?
Well, I'm just highlighting what we need to do. Oh, it gets back. Okay. No, I just actually I was inspired by this Darien TV
Mhm.
survey.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh, and I sent an email out.
I saw that, yeah.
And I said, hey, this is a kind of a cool idea. So I put together something myself that maybe perhaps you guys want to work off of. This is not a topic that I really took on. But I put something together because I thought it might be easier to work off of something rather than nothing. And it's kind of like what I had in my head. And I know we do have some materials to refer back to. But I thought, okay, if I kind of pull everything into one document, perhaps you guys want to use this to work off of. So feel free to take it or leave it.
Oh,
But this
here we
is what
go.
I envision. So this is a survey, and part of this is gathering information, gathering data from the community, right? That's kind of what we talked about, and then also educating the community. But I think part one perhaps might be gathering the data, gathering the information. So why not a survey? And we talked about it in our last meeting as one of the topics of gathering information.
Yeah.
So just as an introduction, this part one would be for residents. And I just drafted 8 questions, right? Nothing too crazy for the resident survey. How long have you lived here? Who are you? Where do you work? And then, how often are you exposed? How would you rate the noise? Health and quality of life? How would you work? And then awareness and preference. Prior to the survey, how familiar are you with these alternatives? Just kind of some basic questions. Obviously, this is nothing. It's just some ideas.
It's a great straw man, a great start.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks. And then final thoughts. I thought we'd have an open-ended question for them.
Yeah.
Then I did a part 2 for the landscapers because I thought, oh gosh, they're such a big piece of this, right? So again, we can take it or leave it. Talks about questions related to their business, their equipment. And then, how might they transition and some things like that. We can go over this in greater detail. I just want you to see what's in this right now. And then
Wow.
Additional comments open-ended here. Okay, so that ends part 1 and 2, which are just the survey. I threw part 3 and part 4 in here because I think it's important information for us to have after we do the survey. So this would be the summary for the town leadership. We would, we would tell them, we would summarize the survey. Also, I think we could include, so after we summarize the survey results, which obviously we don't have right now, we would go and we would include the town comparison. And then we would come back and, come back to this conclusion. We would say, okay, based on the town comparison data, some other data, the conclusion here, this is what we recommend. So part 4 is the town comparison. So this is what Greenwich has. This is what Norwalk has. And we already know kind of what they have for the most part, but I just put it in front of us. So
Yeah,
we
it's
can
good to have
see
that.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what Abigail's been working on.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Well, I can tell you she has.
Okay.
And she has quite a matrix that she's prepared about it.
Good.
So she can take this if she wants. She doesn't have to use it. Whatever. I just thought, for me, it's easier to just kind of have it in a Word document in front of me in one place. So Greenwich, Norwalk, Westport, Stamford, New Canaan, and Richfield. And then, the themes, what they did. And Darien, as we know, we don't have anything right now. So then the final piece of this would be, hey, here's our recommendations, informed by the peer towns and then informed by the survey. This is kind of what we came up with. I think we should add educational efforts to this. But that's it. And hopefully,
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think it's excellent. It really helps with the focus and it even helps to step back a bit in terms of, because this survey in a sense, is a bit of a new idea. We haven't been thinking about asking everybody in town what they thought. We were thinking about what we thought needed to be done and what other towns were doing and how far behind we are and how big a problem this is. I mean, we've got people all the time coming to us complaining about leaf blowers. And this gentleman, whose name I forgot, who I think we tried to get him on the committee.
Joe.
I still need to understand more what
I
happened.
think he wants to join, but I
Yeah,
think they're
yeah,
limiting us to
that
5.
makes no sense. And it's
not
also, anyway.
helpful.
So I think this is good. I think that the town would want the survey, and I think that's probably where we should probably start is getting the first selectman to endorse our doing a survey, and then actually do it. It's funny if the results don't come back the way you want them, what do you do?
Right.
Because,
Well,
I mean, it's a horrible thing to say, but
Yeah.
let's be honest about this. I mean, I am so firm in my thinking that these things are bad for our health. They're bad for our ears. They're bad for the community in general. And I feel strongly we need to do something about it. I'm realistic. We can't go overnight from one thing to another, but we're not going to go anywhere unless we start with a plan and we start having, some.
well, it's
Yeah.
always good to know. And I mean, like not to bring up sustainable CT again, but I mean, if this process is gone through the way you just described, where the community
You
is.
get points.
It
Come
would
on.
fulfill
I had that in the back of my
1.1.
mind.
Oh, Lord, you guys are points hungry.
Well, I mean, that's the
That's
application.
the-
That's the
yeah.
application.
That's what I mean. We
In
bring
3
it
years'
all
time.
But I mean, the points cliff is also spurring, I mean, it's hand in hand.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that that's whether, we just need to do it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need to do it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a great place to leave this topic, that we will go to the first selectman and propose doing a survey. He probably will, he may not, he might want to see the survey before it goes out. But I think the second action step on this is that we all want to take a look at your draft and see if if we have some ideas to improve it in one way or another. It looked quite good from what I saw quickly.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a basic straw man. I just wanted to get.
No, but
what's in my
that's
head
great.
on paper.
That's great. It's good that you don't have some, sort of.
Lauren, it's
Right.
more than basic. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah,
it's a straw man
Yeah.
at all. It's quite
Yeah.
packed with information. But I did have a question for you all. Because John mentioned that one of the RTMs is charged with, is it just an overarching noise ordinance
Yeah.
task? Okay, so that is the broader umbrella, and this would be one item within that, right? So I think one of the things he was starting to say is there could be a bit of an overlap with what we're doing and what they're charged with. Is that accurate or not? Not really.
I don't think the noise ordinance issue progressed. I believe that it was brought up a year or two ago, and I don't think that it
Is it
progressed.
still, it's
So,
closed out?
so I'm not sure if they're two different things. What you're talking about, Caroline, is absolutely correct. They actually did look at leaf blowers
From the
and
noise ordinance perspective.
from a noise perspective, and concluded that people didn't really think it was that big a problem, and they decided not to do anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
so our
Yeah.
purpose with rolling out the survey this time around is going to be broader impacts, right? Not limited to just noise. It's all
Correct.
kind of the overall environmental impacts. Okay,
I think it
Okay.
should be.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
agree.
it should be.
Okay. I put this in the folder and I want to just show you guys again, and I linked it in our agenda. But I also put it in the folder here, just so you can see. So under Darien Sustainability Advisory, under leaf blowers,
Okay.
there's a whole bunch of information. And please note, I did not use any of the information on here for the most part. So I didn't really go through each of these documents. So if you guys want to do that, go ahead and help yourselves. I basically, pulled stuff offline. So hopefully we can put it all together and have something, more powerful. But again, whatever we want to do on this topic, and maybe we can reach out to Abby. I'll send an email to Abby separately, because I know you said she's working on this.
Okay.
It doesn't look like she's, so this chart, this is her chart. Yeah, I mean, we can take her chart. Actually, it would be helpful to have these enforcement things added. So I'll email her and
Sure.
see what she wants to do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's great to see everything in one
Yeah.
place, you know,
Yeah.
what other communities
agree.
are doing. Absolutely.
I think
Just take a screen.
Lexington, Mass. I think that I added that one. She and I haven't had a chance to meet and discuss much of this because of the holidays. We agreed we'd do it after the holidays. But Lexington, Mass, just by the way, has a pretty comprehensive thing there that seems better than anything I've seen in Connecticut. So why not throw it in?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, is that gonna be a flag on the comparison chart if we share that we only looked at Lexington, Mass and
Well,
Massachusetts?
there are other places in Massachusetts
Yeah,
who've
maybe
also
we-
done things, but I just think it's good to have an example.
Yeah,
All right, so that brings us to topic 6, waste management. The schools are continuing ahead. There's a member of the green team of Ox Ridge who heard about it and was very excited. And she has also been in touch with the person responsible for food services. What's not clear to me is it food services townwide or food services Ox Ridge? I'm not sure. And she reached out to Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this? Right?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
These emails. She reached out to Tammy, who provided yet more information.
Right.
And I've responded to her more than once, actually, saying, you know, the lead on this is being the Board of Ed. They're doing their thing, and we've offered help, including trying to get a grant, and thus far haven't had any response.
Yeah, you said you haven't heard anything back.
I mean, they have responded on some things. I mean, when I sent to the Board of Ed information about haulers,
Mm-hmm.
they came back saying, "Oh, this is really helpful." So I mean, that felt good.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be helpful. That's what we're here for. But you know, the bottom line is they're moving forward with it, which is what we want. If there's no role for us, there's no role for us. That's fine. You know, I can live with that.
Yeah.
So she's very excited about this, and I think that there are going to be other parents who will be available to help if the Board of Ed wants parental help, if they want volunteers. So it's down to them. I think that's the only thing I have to report on that. I am still totally distraught by what I see going into single stream. Somebody threw a bookcase in there the other day.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hoping that we can have some kind of an educational program about it. I mean, I'm always up, whenever I'm up there, I'm trying to take cardboard out of the single stream and put it where it belongs. And I will talk to people who are putting it in the wrong place. And I talked to a young man, not that young, middle-aged guy, the other day, and he said, "Well, what's the difference?" And I explained to him the difference between box board and cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right away on board. I mean, he wanted to do
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah, people
But you see,
do.
you see everybody throwing the cardboard in there, and so they just assume it's okay.
does it say no cardboard?
It doesn't. And when we were doing the
Oh.
sign, this came up. When we're doing the sign, I did not want to put box board on there, but we needed to because that's what cereal boxes are.
Right.
Wait, so the box board can't go with the cardboard?
No,
Box-
box
yeah.
board does not go with the cardboard. Cardboard should not go with the box board, but it can.
Yes.
It just messes up the whole process in the processing. These boxes come up and there are people at the top that have to pull them out and put them manually in a different place. Because if you put them with the cardboard, it goes straight to the baling machine and they bale it up and send it where it's processed and it has real value.
Mm-hmm.
And the box board has value too in the paper stream.
Yeah, less
It's the
value.
plastics, it's the plastics.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm hoping, as I have for the last 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
That we will get some kind of an education campaign going around single stream.
I think, at this point, I mean, we have, we have what I still refer to as the trifold. I think it is actually still a trifold, but with every renewed and new permit, people get this trifold that, explains to them how to do it. We have signage, we had social media and people were still doing it. I think, at this point, it's really going to take like physical people standing there with their vest on.
I'm
saying
ready
that,
to do it.
And it's just explaining and be a root, because to Cliff's point, I have had the same experience that, I would say 4 times out of 5, when you talk to people about, what they're doing that's contributing to an issue, they want to make it better.
Yeah.
They really, really do. There's always that person
There's
who's
some
like,
lazy people.
who just, they don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Okay. Or they just don't want to be told what to do.
Right.
But by and large, most people really, it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to put, this there. Well, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I've heard that from people so often.
Yeah.
So I think it's really going to take people standing there on a Saturday and just like directing people and just being there in a non-confrontational sort of way, explaining why you should be doing this and not that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think that maybe the biggest issue is in the past, right? You were able to throw everything in one container for single stream, or people thought that, either you were or people thought that. And in different, like where I'm from in South Jersey, they do throw everything into, and the recycling center is able to take it like that, and they want it like that, right? And so I guess maybe their processes are different, or their systems, or their, machinery. I don't know exactly why. I haven't been to every recycling center, but they seem to differ, right? And so I think people they just don't know, and it's not easy to do. So there's 2 kind of different issues.
One of the problems with putting the cardboard in with the single stream also is that it causes the what we call the hoppers, the single stream. It causes
At that
them
recycling center.
No, at our recycling center,
right,
it causes them
that
to artificially fill up faster, and we pay, but that costs the town money. So, when the cardboard is flattened and put in the separate designated container, it frees up the single stream container to accept more material,
Right.
thereby reducing the number of times that it has to be pulled, saving the town money.
I mean,
so that's one of the.
So education is one issue, right? And then perhaps laziness is one issue. And then, perhaps the ease of doing this, I think, is another issue. I think it's a separate issue though. Like, the simpler and easier we can make this, they're gonna do it. Like, if there's only a trash can in here, I'm not gonna walk to the next room to throw my recycling out, right? They've proven that again and again and again. If we make this super easy for people, how can we make this so easy? Like,
So this.
Well, they are adjacent, so they are, that is pretty easy.
This, we've already in a way made it easier by doing single stream. Originally, we separated at home.
Yep.
The plastics from the cans and the glass. It was all separated.
And the
at home.
newspaper,
And the newspaper. Now it's all in one.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned earlier signage, and that is something that is worth thinking more about. It just occurred to me, maybe we could have a fluorescent thing, no cardboard, and just put it either on the rail itself or put it someplace there.
so if we do that, I think there's there may be an ROI case there. I don't know how much a sign costs, but like an expensive, nice sign.
No, I'm talking about something on maybe a piece of paper or some, a sticky paper that maybe a sticky vinyl or something. I think something inexpensive could be done.
Okay.
The cost, so.
You got it put
Oh,
on.
that's great.
I
Did you
did.
do that?
Where did you do that?
So
How'd you do that?
you're talking about ROI, return on investment.
Yeah.
I went to the people who made this.
Okay.
I
Was it,
don't
it
know
was
if
on
you
the
can
back?
see it. There you go.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice, beautiful.
But I thought we were supposed to put it on the big one with all the other years.
That's fine. What do you want to do? Throw this one away?
No.
I'm in-
This one's
They show it.
nicer. This one's a lot nicer.
I mean, but we have the other one that they gave us.
That's fine. They're not
Two.
mutually exclusive.
We can put both of them on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if John doesn't want to, I would vote to give it to Caroline for all her
Oh.
effort.
Aw.
I would. So I went to the people who made these for Sustainable CT, having learned that from Sustainable CT. The guy couldn't have been nicer. He said that he made these things in mass and that to make that for us would cost over $100 for us and that he would still be losing money. But he sent me all the specs for it and I went to a local shop and they did it for, I think, $40 or something. And
Thank you.
Wow.
you know, $40 is not worth worrying about.
That's awesome. Cliff, I was
So-
going to say,
Sorry,
for
go
your
ahead.
signage, sorry to interrupt, for the signage idea. I mean, we constantly get these signs, the lawn signs, even for the kids, the graduation, right? Those are pretty
Yes.
hardy. They're weather resistant.
Yes.
Something as simple as that would be,
Exactly.
kind of can just mount it on the railings. And I was
Exactly.
going to say the other thing with the trifold reminded me, Carolyn's comment. I mean, if there's that, do not throw this kind of a note that you can have in text, or you could also have, and I've seen this elsewhere, which is something pictorial, right? Like things, and with a huge X on items that should not go there. So
Right.
you either go the text route, or you can go
Right.
with pictures and show items that do not belong in one area versus the other.
I will talk to Ed Gentile about this. And make a note before I forget. A few years ago, we put the signs that are there now. They're large green signs. On the left in green, it says what can go in, and then in red, what cannot go in. I had those made by the same place, actually, in Ed's budget. This would not cost a whole lot. I don't care if it fits his budget or not, but we couldn't do it without his approval anyway. And he's been very cooperative and supportive of a lot of these things. I'm sure he'll be again. So, all right, there's an action step to move forward.
Well, the cardboard also, if it is kept separate, it stays cleaner
Yeah,
and yields, the town gets a greater return, a greater reimbursement if it's, on the cardboard. If
yeah, I'm
it's,
not sure that actually happened in the new contract.
it does.
It does? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it does.
Well,
Like
I'm
Darren
all for
explained
it.
to
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I think you're right. That's what I mean with the ROI. Like, if we can put a number on it, it's worth digging the money, taking the money and putting more effort into this, where signage and education and campaigns
Yeah.
and things like that we can do.
Breaking down the boxes you talk about things being easy.
That's the greatest thing right there.
That's the biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a,
I mean, I know how to do it
What if-
quickly and easily for most of these spots.
I have safety knives, right? Like the kind
Yeah, I
that
know
you really
exactly
can't
what you're
cut your finger on.
Mhm.
Like they go like around, they have a thing for the card, specifically for cardboard boxes.
Mm-hmm.
What if we provided a couple of them? Would that help people? Like, it's what I used to do.
You mean like hang it from the railing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to have a little metal container and it said like safety knives.
Yeah.
And you really can't get hurt on these knives. They're not the kind that you push and the blade comes out. They're the kind that the whole blade is protected
Yeah.
and you can break boxes.
I mean,
down.
that would be an Ed question,
Yeah,
we would
it would.
really have to discuss that with
Yeah.
him.
Because
that's like a
I
liability.
bet you
Well,
anything.
that's what I mean. It's not though. If
I'll
I
bet
showed
you
a
anything
picture-
that disappear. I understand what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
They disappear. They'll end up in with the cardboard.
Right, could
That's
be,
true.
yeah.
You probably would, but they're
Uh,
pretty cheap. They're
well,
pretty- I mean, they're.
Yeah, but
pennies.
I don't think that's most of these boxes are easier to hell to open up. I
Yeah,
mean, I could give you a quick demo, but
Yeah, sometimes
you push
just like
you push the
put-
side down.
yeah, and it
The tape
separates.
separates.
And
You
then you
peel the
pull it
tape
up.
off
Yep,
and
yep.
you got a 5 bucks.
But sometimes like.
I
if
know
you
some
have,
people-
Like 5 or 6 boxes, like there's 10 minutes, of breaking down boxes, like
It's
that.
not 10 minutes though. It's-
Well,
For
it's,
people that may
if
not
they, if
do
you
it
got
every
a lot
day.
of boxes, I mean,
You know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah, but it's, people have to do their share
Yeah,
ultimately.
exactly.
And
and it-
that's not a big ask.
And again,
Flat
what we were
boxes.
saying earlier, that usually when people are made aware of something that they're doing that's not helpful, and you tell them what is helpful, they want to
Most
do the right
times,
thing.
yeah,
A lot of people just don't think it makes a difference, I
Right.
guess, even though it says flattened. but,
Right.
Well,
the worst of it is when they don't flatten them, there's usually something in them that
A lot of
shouldn't be
times,
there, like
yeah.
styrofoam,
Right,
cling
right,
film, and
right.
so on.
yeah,
And that then contaminates the
Yep.
cardboard.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So, okay, I don't have anything else on this, but this is everybody. Anybody else have anything on waste management?
I was just going to say that, we should revisit doing and redoing some of the talks that we've done in the past, because we did get good feedback on the ones that Kathy did. And I mean, she's got this, it's basically, how to recycle right. That's kind of the gist of it. And there was a lot of good feedback on the talk, and she's got the PowerPoint already. It would maybe need to be updated a little tiny bit. At the last time I spoke to her, which hasn't been recently, but she was willing to do it again. And we just need to
Who's
coordinate
the audience? Where does she do it?
library, Darien Library.
And are the people who come the singing to the choir?
Well, yeah, kind of, but, there was a but there. Did this is what I was going to say. They did record it. And if you look at the number of views, there's quite a, I mean, there's quite a few number of
I'm
views.
wondering if we could get it into a news article format
Mhm.
and get it into Darien Magazine.
We've done that, been there, we've done that a couple times.
Well,
Yeah. Do it again, maybe,
yeah, I mean, people moving.
It's one of those like evergreen topics that, to what I said earlier, people, just because you say it or do it once, it doesn't mean that people absorb it and, and plus we always get new residents. So it's something that I think needs to be done repeatedly.
So
Yeah.
I guess we need to take that from an idea to something more tangible.
Maybe I was thinking that, because things at the library have to be scheduled a bit in advance. Maybe it's something that we could try to do around Earth Day,
That's
to
a good
have
idea.
like an Earth Day event at the library on
Right.
recycling and how to recycle right, and some of the issues
That's
related to
great.
not doing it correctly.
Great, tangible, concrete idea. I like it.
What if we had a, something that we could give, I don't want to create more waste at a waste event, like a giveaway of some sort, but I don't want to give away trinkets and things that are going to be
Yeah.
not useful, but what if we had an Earth Day event that we could get sponsored and we could give away things, then maybe more people would come. Or what if we set up a table at the dump and we educated people there, and we could have, again, giveaways, but that's a whole nother.
We could raffle off like a food scrap kit. I mean, I'd be happy to
have those.
donate, to buy one and donate it.
I would too.
If a couple of us did that, we'd have a couple to raffle off. I mean, they're not that expensive.
Raffles are good.
Yeah. People
When
would
is
put
Earth
their-
Day? February?
No, it's April.
April.
April 22nd
I say.
is technically the Earth Day, but usually now it's Earth Week and Earth Month even,
Good,
so.
good.
Yeah.
All the better.
I mean, the other things we've done in the past for Earth Day, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend again, is the compost giveaway, because it does incur a cost to the town to purchase the compost. And then we have to have the volunteers there to give it, so, I mean, we've done that twice. I like the idea of setting up tables at the dump, and just to talk to people. People do, when we were selling the food scrap kits years ago, people, even if they didn't want to buy a food scrap kit, they would like just come over and they would just want to know more about it. They'd want to ask, they had questions about recycling.
Yeah.
And I found that at the Spring into Nature event at the Nature Center as well, which is held in April, because I set up a compost table. And parents will, you know, while they have my ear, they'll like ask all kinds of questions about recycling. So I think people, I think again, I think we need bodies at the transfer station to help, you know, to help put that forward.
So how do we set this up?
Well, I think it's not till April and
I
we're
think-
already at our time.
Yeah.
So I think you've got this on our agenda and on our radar very nicely, and we need to organize around it. So that'll be an action item for the future.
Yeah.
Anything else on waste management?
Well, should we reach out to the library now? Because I know things get booked up. ahead.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joanne
Sure.
Gabriel is
For
the
sure.
person to contact. And she has said in the past to me that she is happy to co-sponsor some of these
Yeah.
events.
I would expect, I mean, they've always been very cooperative.
Yeah.
The question is who's going to do this? Is that something Mohan would do or?
I mean, I know of Joanne,
Mhm.
and I can, you know.
I mean, it could be any one of us, I think.
Well, but it needs to be one of us.
Yeah. Why don't I do it, since I've already
Okay.
spoken to her about it, and
Okay,
since
excellent.
I've spoken to Kathy, I'll see if Kathy's willing to do it. If Kathy's not willing to do it, it's gonna have to be one of us.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's terrific.
but I'm sure she would, you know, if she's not willing to do it, I'm sure she would at least, at a minimum, you know, give us the PowerPoint, which I helped with, so.
Okay.
Cliff, are you gonna talk to the town about putting that up here?
I am going to offer it back to John Zagrodsky.
Yeah, it should be hanging where where it was on the wall.
Well, they've got this new one too, so so we got two
It
different
was
places.
downstairs, right? When you first walk in?
I don't know where they want to put it, but that's up to them.
Be great to have it first
Yeah.
walk in, right? Down there.
So we're past time. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Okay, these minutes are not done, but Cliff, do you, I do want to take a look at them separately and
Yes,
your
separately.
adjustments,
Yeah.
they're up on the screen right now.
No, I can't do it now.
Okay. Okay, so motion to adjourn then,
Good.
1:19 PM.
All in favor?
Is
A
there anyone
second.
Yes.
Okay,
Could someone second it?
I do.
Okay.
So we are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I will
everyone.
talk to Mohan about the items that are open, like scheduling meetings in between and talking to Amanda. Good. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks all. Have a great day. Bye.
He's gone
Yeah,
to,
bye, Simon.
he's gone to his car to do a conference call or something?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, he said he had to leave to
I
take a
mean,
call.
So I don't want to be the secretary anymore. I've been clear with Mohan about this. You know, again, I kind of feel like it's a paperwork exercise, similarly the way you feel about sustainable CT, because we're just documenting stuff. It's not really, you know.
But it's
moving the
required,
needle.
but
But
they're
it's required. I'm
required.
not very good at it. I don't enjoy it. I'm just writing stuff down. You know, so I understand it's required, you know, not my jam, but maybe, you know, Cliff, you seem to have your heart in it a little bit more than me.
Well, I
Did it a number of years too.
You're just so much better at it than I am.
Yes.
I just think it should be done properly. And I did it for 3 or 4 years, I think, and it takes me over an hour each
Well,
time.
that's what I mean. And I would have put that hour into
No,
like,
that's fine.
know,
So you don't want to do it.
developing
We
secrets.
need to find somebody else to do it.
right, but we need
Maybe,
more
maybe
people.
Bohan, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe Abigail would do it since she's one of the newer committee members. I
Maybe.
mean, we did used to
Maybe.
routinely kind of, I think Cliff ended up getting stuck with it
Yeah,
because
I get it.
he was one of the
We
newer
just take
members.
pictures.
I am sorry.
No
Oh, yeah,
problem,
we're
no
done.
problem.
My work is a mess. But
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
First,